Wait. It's like Guardian of the Galaxy?
No.
No?
I
Okay.
don't think so, honey.
Oh.
Did you just say racist just now?
Yes. I'm sorry about that.
Reese? What is Reese?
I'm sorry, I cannot change it. My bad.
Hello, and welcome to our podcast. Okay, today we are going to dive into world of corporate governance and discuss the pivotal roles and responsibility of board of director, or in short, BOD. So I'm your host, Atika Muhammad, and today we have our friends right here joining us to share their knowledge on the topic.
Hello,
Hi.
hi.
Hi. So let's start by introducing our friends. So first up, we have Hani Izni. Welcome, Hani.
Hello, Tika. Hi. Thank you, Tika. It's a pleasure to be here.
So our second guest is Farah Nadia. Welcome, Farah.
Hi, thank you for having me, Tika. I'm excited to be part of this discussion.
And last but not least, we have our from Khan family. We have Aizat Khan. Welcome, Aizat.
I'm so delighted to be here, Tika. Looking forward to sharing my insight with you and our listener.
Fantastic. So, with our panel assembled, let's dive into our topics. The roles and responsibility of board and director in today's corporate landscape.
Let's go.
So, before we start our discussion, let us give brief explanation on BOD so that our listeners can understand precisely about BOD. So, what is a board of director? Board of director is a group of individuals that elected or appointed to oversee the activity and management of a corporation or organization. They are responsible for making significant decisions on behalf of the organization and ensuring that it operates in the best interest of stakeholders. So, who their stakeholder? The stakeholder is shareholders, their employees, their customers, and the community. So, Honey, how about you?
Okay, so Tika. So Tika has already explained about the definition of BOD. So I am going to talk about the structure of the board. So the chairperson is the leader of the board, responsible for setting agendas, facilitating meetings, and acting as a liaison between the board and management. So the directors are the individuals that who are part of the board, that usually including a mix of inside directors who are executives of the company and outside the directors who are independent members not involved in a day-to-day operations. There are
Mhm.
also committees, which are smaller groups within the board focusing on specific areas such as audit, compensation, governance, and nominating. So, other than my point, Farah, do you want to add anything?
There are different types of directors. Executive directors are members of the company's executive team, such as the CEO. Non-executive directors are not part of the company's executive team, but may be part of the industry or have specific expertise. Independent directors. So, independent directors are free from any relationship with the company that could affect their judgment, providing unbiased oversight. So, Aizat, what are your thoughts?
Okay, so now I will explain on how board members are elected. So board members are typically elected by shareholders at the annual general meeting, also known as the AGM. The term length can vary, but usually range from 1 to 3 years with the possibility of re-election. On top of that, the requirement for the number of directors in the company as per the Malaysian Companies Act 2016 can vary depending on the type of company and its specific circumstance. However, there are some general guidelines. Now, Atika, do you want to add something more?
Exactly. For private company, there must be at least one director who is ordinarily resident in Malaysia. So this means that at least one director must be a Malaysian citizen or have a permanent residential address in Malaysia. So there is no maximum limit on the number of directors specified in the Acts for private company. But typically there will be at least one or more director depending on the needs of the company. It's 6 to 8 directors. So how about public company exec?
Okay, for public companies, there must be at least two directors who are ordinarily resident in Malaysia. Additionally, there may be requirement regarding the maximum number of directors, which can vary depending on the company's constitution and any specific regulation applicable to the industry or sector in which the company operates.
For that, let's have a break first. Stay tuned, guys. Don't go anywhere.
Don't go
Stay
anywhere.
tuned, guys.
Running a business is risky business. Sure, you may not be taming lions or jumping from airplanes, but the board of directors does have to make tough decisions that could make the company gain or lose a lot of money. Do we invest everything in a high-risk, high-reward option? Or do we play it safe and lose out on potential growth? It's a constant balance that will vary from company to company. And while, yes, you are responsible for the company's risk, the board is far too busy to actually deal with the day-to-day management of risk. So what exactly does the board do, and where does its responsibility end? Let's take a look at how risk is managed in the boardroom.
Well, welcome back to our podcast today.
Woo!
Okay, so now I'm sure our listeners have a firm grasp on what the BOD is all about. So let's peel back the layers and dive into the roles and responsibility of the BOD. Ready for the adventure, guys?
Sounds
go.
thrilling. Who's going to
Let's
kick
go.
things off?
Me going first.
Let's
So,
go.
Okay, let's go, honey.
okay, so today we are diving into a critical role of a board of directors in approving risk management strategies. Okay, so this is a key aspect of any successful organization. So let's get started. So first is assessment of risk management proposals. So first off, the board of directors has the responsibility of evaluating proposed risk management strategies. They need to ensure that these strategies are robust and comprehensive so that effectively addressing potential risks that the organization might face. And the second one is alignment with risk appetite. So once the strategies have been assessed, the board ensures that they align with the organization's defined risk appetite.
Ah,
Hmm.
okay.
Hold on. Honey, before you continue, could you explain how the organization risk appetite is defined and
No.
why it's so important?
No, I don't want. No,
Oh, please.
just
Tell
kidding.
me.
Just kidding. Okay, so of course, so the risk appetite is defined as the amount and type of risk the organization is willing to take in order to meet its strategic objectives. It's like walking a tightrope, but it's a necessary part of the journey. Can I move on to the next point? I bet you guys are on the edge of your seats, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
sure, sure.
Yeah,
Go.
we all
Yeah, all
know. Let's
is.
go.
Let's go.
I don't hear any screaming.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh, okay, great. So after the strategies are approved, the board doesn't just step back and watch. They oversee the implementation of these strategies, ensuring they are woven into the fabric of the organization's operations and culture. So this is a crucial step in making sure the strategies are effective. Risk management isn't a one and done task. The board also plays a role in the ongoing review of risk management strategies, tweaking them as necessary to respond to evolving risks and changes in the business landscape. It's a dynamic process that requires constant vigilance.
Oh, wow, honey. You really give us a lot to think about. Oh, that's so deep. So, anyone else feeling inspired to come in with some more insight?
Well, Atika, absolutely. I have something to add. So, transparent communication in risk management is crucial. It's essential as it allows stakeholders to understand that organization risk profile, policies, and procedures. So, by fostering this transparency, the board can build trust and ensure stakeholders are well informed about how risks are being identified, assessed, and mitigated. So, adding to that, clear communication of risk management practices help stakeholders have confidence in organizations' ability to handle risk effectively. So it also demonstrates the board's commitment to transparency and accountability. Regular and clear reporting on risk management activities is essential to maintain stakeholder confidence. It provides visibility into the organization's risk management processes and reassures stakeholders, regulators, and other shareholders that risks are being actively monitored and managed. Yeah,
Oh wow, incredible, Farah. I never realized the board role was so vital. It's
yeah,
like they
right.
are unseen guardians of the organization destiny.
Oh,
Exactly. Their work might be behind the scene, but its impact echoes throughout the entire organization, shaping its future success.
wait. It's like Guardian of the Galaxy?
Oh
Uh,
no.
No?
maybe,
I
Okay.
don't
maybe.
think so, honey.
Oh, okay, I see. All right.
All right, so we already know that about the roles, right? But Honey and I are quite curious about the responsibilities of the board of directors.
Yes, we are very curious. So, Tika
Curious.
and Isaac, do you know anything about it? Can you share their responsibilities?
Of course, can.
Of course. So you're curious. Huh.
Yes.
Absolutely, I can share with you. So, the BOD plays a crucial role in ensuring continuous improvement in financial performance to help the company to reduce future risks. So, they focus on several key areas, such as first, on the regular reviews and monitoring. So, the POD should implement continuous improvement to ensure the company can reduce the risk in future. They can make a regular review and monitor the finance development. So they should regularly revisit risks. So consider internal changes in new products or external factors like industry trends. So BOD should not treat risk assessment as one-time activity. For example, monitor if there are track phishing attempts and also successful incidents. So if attempt increase or new tactics emerge, revise the training contents to address them. So next is they need to learn from incidents that have occurred before. So when
Yeah.
incidents occur, analyze them
Mm.
to identify weakness in control, and
Mm.
update company risk management framework to address them. For example, analyze past data breach to understand the attacker methods. So, this might reveal the needs for additional security controls like multi-factor authentications.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's a very great point, Atika. So now I will add
Yeah.
some more to what you have mentioned, which is the BOD has significant responsibility in risk oversight. This includes the first one, which is risk identification, by ensuring that risks across all aspects of the organization operation are identified and appropriately assessed. The second one is risk culture, by promoting a strong risk management culture within the organization, where all employees understand their role in managing risk and feel empowered to raise concern or escalate issues as necessary. And the last one is internal controls, by ensuring that appropriate internal controls are in place to mitigate, identify risk, and prevent or detect potential issues.
Did you just say racist just now?
Yes, I'm sorry about that.
Least? What is least?
I'm sorry, I cannot change it. My bad.
Wow. Anyway, I didn't realize their responsibilities were so detailed and vital.
Yeah, it's very impressive like how much thought and effort goes into managing risk. It really shows that how critical the BOD's role is in steering the company towards success.
Exactly. Their ongoing commitment to risk management can make a huge difference in the organization's stability and goals.
And it's not just a one-time task. The BOD's involvement is dynamic and requires constant attention to adapt to new challenges and changes in the business environment.
Thanks for breaking it down, Atika. Is that so? This really
Welcome.
gives
Yeah.
us a clearer picture in the BOD responsibilities.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. And for our listeners, so understanding these responsibilities can help you appreciate the strategic efforts that go into running a successful organization.
So before we go discuss on real examples, let's have another break. Stay tuned, guys, and don't go anywhere. Stay tuned
Thank
with a
Thank
you.
Wood
you.
Wood podcast.
Let's go.
Oh,
Payments 101 Unbeatable Risk Management. Shady characters can harm your business. And as your business grows, so does fraud. Payment data lets you identify shoppers so you can prevent fraud, approve legitimate transactions, and reward loyal customers. Adyen's data-driven approach manages risk so you don't have to. Online, in-store, and in-app. Get the Adyen Payments Guide.
Welcome back, everyone. So now let's go more deeper before we end this podcast.
Alright guys, buckle up. We dug some juicy example of the rules and responsibility of the BOD. So without further ado, let's get this show started.
roll,
Let's
so
let's
the
go.
Alright, guys. So the board of directors at TM takes a proactive approach to risk management. We have established a robust framework that allows us to identify, assess, and mitigate risk effectively. So our goal is to ensure that our organization operates within acceptable risk tolerance levels while maximizing returns for our shareholders.
Oh, wow, that's fascinating, Farah.
Wow.
Mm. Could you provide an example of a specific risk that the board has had to address recently?
Of course, honey, why not? So, one notable risk we faced recently was related to cybersecurity threats. So, with the increasing digitization of our services, protecting our data and systems from cyber attacks has become our top priority. So, the board worked closely with management to implement enhanced security measures and ensure that our systems are resilient against potential threats.
It's impressive to hear how proactive board has been addressing such critical risks. So, how does the board communicate these risks to stakeholders and ensure transparency in the decision-making process?
Well, transparency is key in our risk management approach. The board regularly communicates with stakeholders through various channels, including annual reports, investor presentations, and stakeholder engagements. We believe in keeping our stakeholders informed about the risks we face and the strategies we have in place to manage them effectively. Yeah.
Wow, wow,
Wow,
wow,
wow.
wow.
Wow, wow,
Amazing,
wow, wow.
Farah. Okay, so now my turn. So I've been digging into Sapura Industrial Berhad and their
Sakura?
approach. Yes, Sapura. Have you heard
Uh,
before?
Yes.
not Sakura?
No, no, Sakura. No,
Oh, I thought
Sakura
Sakura.
at Japan.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Okay. Okay. And then their approach to roles and responsibilities is crystal clear. So as you can see here, I have summarized the responsibility in this slide. So first is the board acknowledges its responsibility to maintain an effective system of risk management and internal control. So this is to safeguard shareholders' investment, stakeholders' interests, and groups' assets. So they have established an ongoing process for identifying, evaluating, and managing significant risks faced by the group. So this system provides reasonable but not absolute assurance in eliminating the risk of failure in achieving the business objectives.
Okay.
So I'm sure you guys must wondering what is the group.
Yeah.
So in
Uh,
this slide, the group is consists of have you see can you say what is the what is inside the group?
Yes, yes,
inside
yes.
the group.
Yes, I can see it.
Yes, manufacturing,
Yeah.
and then the
Oh, procurement, quality
yes,
assurance, all
yes,
It's
that
quite a lot,
things lah.
yes,
That's a lot.
that's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So and then with this, and the board will assign the management to implement the policies and procedures on risk management, identify and assess risk, and ensure appropriate controls are in place. And then the risk management governance structure enables the group to implement a three lines model which outlines the connection between these functions and promotes robust governance and risk management. So this is the
Oh,
diagram.
I see, I see.
I see.
Yes. And
Okay.
then I also found in the report about this.
Oh.
Yeah, the risk
Oh,
management workflow. There are 7.
wow,
That's
that's
a lot of
Yes,
so
steps.
I
many.
know, right?
You
So
know to.
I
Mm.
think I have done my part on example. So I think I will give to Tika.
Okay, hi. So now let's switch gears and
Let's
talk
go.
about KLK Berhad.
Let's go.
You know KLK Berhad?
No, I don't
Yes.
know.
Never heard of
So
that.
KLK Berhad is a very famous palm oil company
Oh,
Yeah.
that I
really?
find, yeah, I find is a very absolutely fascinating.
Mm.
Mm.
So
Mm.
I will explain. So in their last AGM report, the chairman stated that 2023 was a very challenging year for all business globally. Despite this, the headwinds, the group focused on optimizing all business operations. He said that because their net profit is lower 62%, guys.
Wow.
Oh my God. That's so bad,
62%
bro.
from the last
That's
year,
a huge difference.
2022.
Yeah.
A very huge one. So the factors are because of price pump product is lower than before, and because of increasing in production costs and challenges in oleochemical business. So in 2024, they addressed this issue by finding out the workers' vacancy, they train their staff, they improve their field supervision, they manage their water in their alluvial flats, and many more. So basically, they are doing things right from the very beginning back.
Yes. Good for them.
Mm. I
So
see.
their CEO Tan Sri Datuk Sri Lee
Yeah.
Oi Hian so
Oh.
attributed the lower profit in 2023 to global challenges that affected almost all business, including theirs. So
Mm-hmm.
they were caught into high business costs and muted demand. So due to geopolitical risks such as Israel-Palestine conflict and the ongoing
Mm.
war in Ukraine. So did you know
Mm.
that Ukraine produces some of the highest quality palm seeds in the world?
No.
Wow.
Yeah, they are. So because of the war,
Wow.
they had to reduce their production because there are no land because of the war, and
Mm-hmm.
they still have the same market demand globally, and
Mm.
therefore they have to sell in higher price.
I
Wow.
see.
I'm so blown away by your guys' finding. It's been a compelling discussion, guys, so far. So now, I will share my findings regarding the risk management for the company, the same as Atika, which is KLK Berhad. So, it has been a very challenging year globally for the KLK Berhad, and they were not prepared for it. So, the risk that occurs is ultra high cost of input, which is fertilizers, fuel, and chemicals. The Next one is increasing cost of labor, which is hike in minimum wages in Malaysia. The third one is weather extremities, where very wet and later changing to very hot and dry El Nino, but with downward CPO price trend. This poses numerous challenges to management, resulting in a high cost of production
I
and
see.
significantly reduced margin. Profit were also affected, and the need to take on penalties for sale of off-spec CPO carried from financial year 2022 complicated the situation. At certain period, managing cash flow was a challenge in some region. So now,
Region. A region.
regions. Okay. So now, I will proceed to how did the company mitigate this issue. It has been mentioned that KLK Plantation needs to further increase their average yield from 20.5 in financial year 2023, and previously for financial year 2022, it is 90.7, and their target to achieve an estimate of almost 23.0 in financial year 2024, which is very challenging but certainly not impossible.
Mm-hmm.
This is because main yield limiting factor have been clearly identified for each region, and site-specific strategies have been drawn up and implementation has begun in part during the financial year 2022.
Wow.
Wow,
There's so
Okay.
many number.
so many number. Even I'm
Yeah.
feeling.
Okay, guys. I think our listeners can have a better visual on BOD in dealing
I
with
hope
risk
so.
management. So I think that sums up our discussion.
So, thank you everyone, and that's a wrap for today's episode, folks. So we hope that you now have a better understanding of the roles and responsibility of BOD,
Yes.
and to our listeners too. And stay tuned for our next episode, and where we will continue to unravel the mysteries of the business world. Thank you for tuning
Woot
in.
woot.
Thank you
Thank you,
guys.
guys.
Bye.
Thank
Thank
you guys. Bye.
you.